up, everybody? Thanks for watching this video. Just in case you don't know, this is a rebroadcast of the CPCS Pod 2 finals that we streamed over at twitch.tv/tacticaltortoisetv. If you want to get notified when we go live, where we do all of our streaming, head on over there. It's super fun. Everyone's having a great time. This is a finals from a CPCS pod. For those who don't know, CPCS stands for the Combat Patrol Competitive Series. It's a competitive series of Combat Patrol events. That's pretty cool. We take scores from online events, in-person events, any events that run 500-point games of Warhammer 40k. We will rank them globally. And we also do regular pods over on the Discord server that you can find a link for in the description, where we just constantly are playing 40k all the time. Some of that happens to be Combat Patrol. This game is the finals of our second ever Combat Patrol pod. It's an insane game. It's super cool. Probably one of the best games that we've streamed so far. And I think really showcases the competitive Combat Patrol scene and how cool Combat Patrol games are. So highly recommend that you watch it. And anyway, thanks for watching. Please enjoy the game and have a good one. Hey everybody, welcome back to the stream. We are live with the Pod 2 finals for the Competitive Combat Patrol series, or the Combat Patrol Competitive Series, CPCS. This is Pod 2, and I'm psyched for this matchup. We got Orks versus Blood Angels. Orks actually kind of been killing it in CPCS recently. I just streamed last week, I guess, the finals of another tournament. I played against Orks, and they were able to beat me. And yeah, they're doing pretty well, actually, which is pretty interesting. I want to thank everybody who joined in the chat for coming on in and hanging out for this sort of odd time 40k stream. But I'm excited to showcase the game. I think it's going to be a real fun time. I want to say thank Karevan in the chat for subscribing. Really appreciate it. We had affiliate on the channel just this week, so pretty cool. You can subscribe, you can cheer bits, you can do all that that fun stuff. It's very cool, and I'm very psyched. So anyway, we're here for some CPCS, which is a super fun format. For those who don't know, this uses the Combat Patrol format, which is 500-point 40k, uses its own set of missions, and we have our own custom set of secondary objectives and a couple additional rules to ensure the balance a little bit. But so far, it's been going really well, and people have really been enjoying it. The games are not very long. You can see we have the players on a 30-minute chess clock here a piece, but probably won't use that, to be honest. A lot of games in CPCS don't take more than 40 minutes, maybe. So it's super quick 40k, it's super fast, and it's very sort of dynamic and competitive meta, which is very interesting as well. So I'm psyched to watch these two players duke it out. We're very early. Looks like we're rolling to deploy first here. We're very early in the development of the Combat Patrol format, so the meta game has not yet been kind of sussed out, I guess. And so a lot of different factions are able to compete at a very high level, and especially since we've been sort of actively balancing things that appear a little bit too strong, and that has kept things sort of on a level playing field. So right now, big players in the game, I think Orks are very good because they can take a sort of MSU build, which initially I think a lot of people kind of wrote off, but the fact that they can just crush you on primary while losing a lot of their army is really is actually very powerful in this format, almost even more so than in a GT format. So Orcs doing pretty well. Also, their characters being individually powerful is also very good. Space Marines obviously have some pretty good tools. You can take units like Eradicators and things like that are going to be very strong. Grey Knights, actually, unlike the GT format, are actually incredibly powerful, and then Harlequins, as always, are very good with their fusion pistol boats. Spike Shark, yeah, Orcs in the pod finals it's exciting stuff. They're going to be coming out swinging here. And Isabel on the Orc side, a.k.a. Unaquin, is her screen name. Is a very good Orc player. I played her in the initial Combat Patrol event that we played over on the server, and it was a really close game. I squeaked it by, but she's absolutely an incredible player. And Owen Bissell in the is his screen name, playing the Blood Angels on the blue side here, is Also a great player. He made it to the top 8 of our Combat Patrol event, and we're going to be doing an invitational with him. We have a couple games from that scheduled for later next week, and he is playing against Harlequins in the first round of that. So two very good Combat Patrol players, but obviously it's going to be it's an interesting direction that the meta can go in. We don't really know what's going to be very good. So speaking of good stuff, let's talk about the lists right here. So one thing that we do for CPCS that's different than the normal 40K is that we each player is allowed to bring 2 lists instead of 1. And then after looking at your opponent's list, you can select one of your own to use. That's essentially there to stop skew lists from, or factions that can bring sort of immense skews from being too powerful. And also to give a little bit more, a little bit more of an easy... or interesting options for players, in the pregame, because there's not a lot of pregame selections available at 500 points. So Isabel bringing 2 lists that are very, very similar to each other. Both of them led by a Deathkiller Wartrike, both with 10 boys. One has a combi rocket and a big shooter. The other one just a choppa on the knob. One list has a custom booster blaster as well as a shock jump dragster, and both lists have a truck in them as well. The other list bringing a Megatrack Scrapjet as well as a Rocket Truck Squig Buggy, so maybe a bit more of a meme than the Shock Jump Dragster list. But they are both Death Skulls lists, so they're going to be getting that sweet additional reroll every turn or every shooting or combat activation that they go through. 1 reroll to hit, 1 reroll to wound, and 1 reroll to damage, which is very good for a unit like a Shock Trap Dragster that has a big D6 damage gun. Isabel did decide to go with the first list, bringing the Shock Jump Dragster and the Booster Blaster, which I think is a pretty good choice. So this is very vehicle-heavy for Combat Patrol, which is something that Orks can do, given that they have a lot of these very inexpensive vehicles. But just like in GT, transports are very powerful because it's many times difficult to kill the transport and then also the troops inside it. And that goes even more so in Combat Patrol. It's very difficult to be able to take out a vehicle and 10 boys in one turn because you only have 500 points to work with. So that the truck just tends to be a good piece for delaying and just holding objectives as long as possible. Whereas the Deathkiller Wartrike and the buggies are what's actually dealing damage here. Moving over to Owen Bissell's list. He has 2 very similar lists as well, both led by a captain with Rights of War, a jump pack, Storm Shield, and the Teeth of Terra. One unit bringing 5 Assault Intercessors in an Impulsor, the other bringing 5 Incursors in an Impulsor with some additional upgrades. And then a unit of Sanguinary Guard with Encarmine Swords. So very straightforward. The captain having Rights of War to give the Sanguinary Guard objective secured so that they can play for primary objective while beating you down is pretty important. And then just being a relatively a decently threat range unit where you can use the Impulsor to put a little bit of pressure on your opponent at long range while being a difficult piece to kill.
Yeah, my choice.
Looks like Isabel's won the role to go first. And interestingly, picking second, that is one thing that's very different from the GT format, is that the roll to go first is not quite as impactful. Because it's very difficult to sort of land a crippling blow on your opponent outside of some very specific matchups. And a lot of times extending yourself out for your opponent to hit you back gives them a leg up in attrition, which is typically the way that these games are decided. One player will usually be able to bleed their opponent out to the point where they can win on primary objectives. Now, we are playing Outriders, the Outriders mission, which is a very interesting one because the objectives in it are spaced out all around the table, all over, in the 4 corners of the table. Orlock, thanks for following. I appreciate it. So it's very difficult to jump between these objectives. You sort of have to... You're fighting a war on 2 fronts almost. You have to kind of defend your home base while also moving up to usually your opponent's closer objective. But there's no man's land between these 2 objectives in this area is usually sort of a killing zone. So I actually think the range superiority of the Orks may do them some good here, which is probably why Isabel's choosing to go second. The Sanguinary Guard may have to weather a turn of shooting before they get to melee, and that might be just too much for them, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there's two. Yeah, there's two. So basically, it's 12 strength for AP one, one
Yeah.
shots from another.
Okay.
Pretty decent little gunboat.
So it looks like we are dumping the incursors out of this transport here for Owen and just leaving. Just going for a ride with that impulsor there. So not probably maybe not going to be able to get it all the way outside the line of sight, but we'll see. Potentially just making the shot difficult from the Booster Blasta. But really hoping that we can weather that turn of shooting and hold down objective 4 with that impulsor. The incursors on the back objective are probably going to be good for the remainder of the game. It's very difficult, obviously, to get back to this back objective, and then also to kill 5 Primaris Marines and Combat Patrols. Usually kind of a tough ask. Talking about the secondary objectives that the players have chosen real quick. Owen Bissell has taken Bring It Down, Engage on All Fronts, Thin Their Ranks. Now we have a couple of changes, obviously, that we've made to the objectives. Because the normal Eternal War objectives that are in the core rulebook are designed for 1,000 to 2,000 point games. They don't translate very well to 500 point games, and so we've made a lot of changes to make them a little bit more balanced compared to another. So it looks like the rest of the Sanguinary Guard are just going to hang out on Objective 2 for now and sort of try to get the Orks to commit. So we're playing a very cagey game in this one. Neither player really wants to overextend and get hammered really hard. I do think that the Orks play a little bit better in this style of game because they obviously can have the range superiority in this case. Also, in Combat Patrol, you do start with only 3 CP, so it is sometimes interesting to delay your engagement for as long as possible so that you have the most control point control, I guess, when you finally make combat. So that is sort of an additional strategy that some players choose to use. So for these secondary objectives specifically, while Isabel's taking her turn, Bring It Down, we've changed to score 5 points for every vehicle that you kill below 10 wounds and 10 points for vehicles above 10 wounds. So if you have 2 vehicles in your list, your opponent can often, if they're big vehicles, your opponent can max it out by killing both of them, sort of a Titan Slayer equivalent. In this case, because all of these vehicles are below 10, Owen will have to kill 3 of them to max that out, but that's so it's a relatively tall order, but it's still probably going to be pretty feasible given that especially the Death Killa and the truck are going to be pretty close to their opponent. Engage on All Fronts scores an additional point over the standard 2,000 point version, scores you 3 VP if you are in 3 table quarters and 4 if you're in 4. It also only measures 3 inches from the center of the table, not the normal 6. And Thin Their Ranks gives you a point for every 2 wounds you deal to non-vehicle, character, or monster units. So basically, it kills your opponent's infantry and big stompy stuff. Over on the Death Skulls side, Isabel has taken Thin Their Ranks as well, which is actually a pretty good pick against Space Marines, so they have a lot of 2-wound models. In this case, she can basically score 10 points off of it, which is pretty good because you don't really have to be doing anything else to score that one. She's also taken Line Breaker, which will score her points if she gets even with just 1 unit in their opponent's deployment zone rather than 2. And Assassinate, which will score her, I believe, 9 points if she destroys the captain. It will allot you 6 points for destroying a character and an additional 3 if you destroy the Warlord. So we've made a lot of changes to the secondary objectives in CPCS, but it makes them a little bit more interesting of options. Isabel very cleverly measuring her movements here to make sure that she can stay as far back as possible, but still be in range to contest that objective next turn if she needs to. So some very heads-up play from the Orks. The rest of the army, I mean, like we said, they have range superiority, so they're just going to chill back in the corner for now. Although I do think the Sanguinary Guard are probably going to come hit this Booster Blaster pretty hard. If you want to, I should mention as well, if you want to join a CPCS event, !Discord in the chat. You can put that in there to get an invite link to our Discord channel, and there's all of the information is down there. We have a sign up channel. You can just post that you want to play, and the next time an event opens, you'll be added to it automatically.
custom shock rifle. It's 2 shots on a 3-up.
So
But I get to reroll 1.
What is this? You're an orc. How are you hitting me on 3-ups?
It's a grot with
Yeah.
targeting streak. So 2 hits, strength 9 against toughness 7. So
Jeez.
3 ups again. Rerolling 1 of them.
That death
So
reroll.
2 6-up saves.
Amazing.
Nope.
You rolled them on my side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just for speed.
So 2d6 damage. And I get to reroll 1 of them. So 6 damage.
Right.
And then there's 1 rocket launcher. Just 1 rocket. And no rerolls anymore. That doesn't hit. Then the
So maybe a slightly disappointing
Truck.
round of shooting coming out of these orcs so far. Usually you sort of expect the shock rifle to deal a little bit more, but in this case, I don't know, we're just doing 6 damage, I guess, which is pretty good. Still gets that impulsor down to below
so
half.
1 big shooter from the truck. 5 ups. Rerolling 1 of them. 1 hit. Wounding on 5s. 1 wound without AP.
What's the damage on that one?
Only 1 damage.
1 damage. Okay.
And from the orcs inside.
So how's everybody in the chat feeling about this game? How's everybody doing? Over here, it's a winter wonderland where I am in New England in the USA. So we got a snow day. We got some snow day 40K going on, which is very exciting. Hope everyone's having a good week so far.
One more. Who would have thought a orc with a bolter is gonna work down like
And the custom booster blaster is way too far away from the flamers, so 6 shots from the rivet cannon.
All right. So here's the
Hitting on 5s.
here's the proof here. See if we can get it dead with the 2 damage rivet cannon.
Reroll 1 of them.
And then get a
And
Daka
one
shot.
Daka.
Just
Did
the
nothing,
2.
so
Looks like this
2
impulsor will
wounds.
probably survive.
Add 2 hits.
no, 2 hits. Okay.
Strength 6 or 7, I think. Strength 7, so wounding on 4s. 2 wounds at -2.
Ah, makes both saves.
Oh,
the impulsor
lucky.
survives.
Okay.
Take it. That's kind of
Almost. So
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, the low damage rolls
Your
on the
turn.
shock jump dreads that
All
leaves
right.
that impulsor alive.
So,
That
okay,
does
cool. It
score
automatically counts me up
yeah,
there.
the 10 points on
Okay, so
primary
I
for
will
round 2,
hold 2.
and we'll see what the response is. I think. I don't think that the Blood Angels can just stand here and take this amount of firepower. I think they do have to commit the Sanguinary Guard at some point. Whether they go for the truck here or the Boosta Blasta is up to them. But I think wherever they go, this Death Killer Wartrike can come back and hit him. And he does have a flat 2 damage weapon, melee weapon, so he's going to be able to, or a D3 damage melee weapon, excuse me. So he's going to be able to potentially cut through those guys.
This thing is just gonna go hide.
there are windows, so that's good.
Is it not obscuring?
Yeah, but if I manage to advance the thing,
Oh yeah, to tag it. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
You're good.
if I get to the wall, that's like 1 more inch.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, so all these guys are gonna go over here.
Yep.
These guys are going to just kind of do their thing. All right. So let's throw a crack grenade with the captain. Here, let me go to my.
Yeah. Crack grenade is a strength 6 one.
Yeah.
Do they have pistols or something?
The Sanguinary Guard dude, the captain's gonna throw a crack grenade. 6-inch range. Yeah. So he hits.
Yep.
Doesn't wound. I assume you're like T6 or 7, right?
Yeah, T6, I think.
All right, and then the Sangers will shoot. They're near the
So we
warlords, so
are
they hit on
angling for the
twos.
truck.
Was
Send a
that
dice
that was the
box.
captain? Okay.
That was the captain, yeah. And then these are the sanguinary
Okay.
guard. So they all hit, looking for fives.
Unfortunately, I mean, they have the
so these
beefs
are
to kill the
AP2.
truck, surely, but I don't think they
Yep.
do.
Six
They have
up
enough
and
to
one
kill
save.
the orcs. So we'll see how it goes for
So
them.
3 damage go through. So down to 7.
Cool. And then the sanguinary guard are going to, let's see, so I'm done with shooting. Charge.
I don't overwatch. I guess you're just charging the truck, right?
Yeah, just the truck. Oops. 11.
Just so. Yeah, that's okay.
Cool. Yep, thanks. And then the captain will go in.
Yep. 9 inches, that's also far enough.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to put him.
So with that long charge, it looks like we're going to be trying to block a lot of disembark routes for the orc boys inside.
All right. We will go with the sanguinary guard first.
Hopefully being able to mitigate their
just gonna
ability to hold that
pile in
objective.
a little bit around the corner.
Yeah.
All right. So they've got 20 attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Oops. 20. Hitting on twos. Rerolling. And fours, because Blood Angels.
Mm-hmm.
AP3.
6 up and 1. Yeah. Ah, fuck.
I think
That's
that's going to
too
be
many.
a dead truck.
4 fours. 2s. 8 fails. So 8 ramshackles. On a 6 up, he only takes 1 damage from each of those.
2 ramshackles go
So
through that?
2
All right.
fours. Yeah, he's totally dead. So, exploding on a 6. No. And then checking how many of them die. On a 1 they die. No one dies. So I guess
A little bit of a
disembark,
missequence there.
I'm
You do
taking
place the
my
models
time.
first before you roll to see if they die. I don't think it really
No,
matters in
thanks,
this
yeah.
case, especially since
You
Isabel
can't
didn't roll
pile
any
in
dice.
with your captain into my guys, right?
I can't fight. I can just I can pile in. I just can't punch you.
But then I can strike back.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Wonder if Owen is looking for a wrap here, potentially on one of these orc boys with the consolidate. I don't know if there's going to be any way for him to get it, especially with some good placement from Isabel.
Is this purple? Is this the holy within 3 line? The
Yeah.
purple. Cool.
That's the 3 edge.
That's the one reason I would love to have the TTS, the Battle Scar, the TTS thing working.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Okay.
Cool.
So
All
you
right.
can pile in if you want.
Thank you. Yep. So. Don't think I can wrap you. So I will just pile in this way. Might as well touch the wall here for the extra cover. Oops.
You're not touching the wall.
I will. I'll go ahead and touch it.
You are touching it. Okay.
Yeah, might as well, just to.
Yeah. And you are within.
Yeah, and I'll go within an inch of your of your boys. And then let's see. Yeah, I'll just go within an inch with this guy. And then the captain will.
So just to clarify, because the wall is an obstacle, it gives you cover if you're behind it and within 3. It doesn't matter if you're touching it or not for light cover.
Oh, okay. If you're within 3, okay, so that's good.
Yeah, you also have to be behind it, so there has to be a line between.
Yeah, so if I'm attacking from this point here, then it doesn't matter anyway.
I can just take it on these 2 first or whatever, and then I'd have to switch over. Okay, that's cool. Just trying to decide if I want to pile in to touch you with my captain.
The captain does have a storm shield, so he does have a 2+ armor save in this case. And
if I can pile in, can I also pile in into the captain and attack him if you're staying there?
Think so.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Maybe Trevi knows.
What's the question?
Since I touch him here, can he pile in and punch my captain?
Yeah, so if the unit gets engaged on your consolidate, then they will be able to pile in and attack as normal, yeah.
Yeah, even if I don't engage the captain before.
So you can't activate them to attack if they're not within an inch of anybody.
They're within 1 inch of the sanguinary guard at the moment.
Oh, yes, yeah. So when they consolidate, they have to move towards the closest, and because they didn't charge this turn, then they can target whatever they're within an inch of.
Okay, so I'm going to just slightly change how I'm doing this. I'm going to go this way, and then the captain will go right here. Oops.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Let's kick it back over to you.
Get to pile in. Nope, he doesn't get within. But he does. They just need to be within 1 inch of one of those that are already engaging it to attack, right?
Half an inch of a guy that's within half an inch.
Within half an inch.
Yeah,
I thought it was an inch.
Yeah, I think they changed it. The front line only needs to be within an inch, but the guy behind.
Yeah, but the other one need to be within half an inch of, like, he's within.
Yeah, Kablam, I think I agree with you. The killing the truck felt a little bit aggressive. I think that the Blood Angels had the option either of wrapping the truck or probably wrapping the Boosted Blasta would have been easier. Now, it's not on an objective, so they don't take that objective away from the Orks, but there's less jankiness involved. Although I think its guns are assault, so it doesn't actually... It's not really worried about being wrapped. So yeah, probably just going for the wrap on the truck would have been the right play. And then killing it on the Orcs turn if they can. It's unfortunate that I don't think there was a situation, to be forced, where either the Orcs would die if they came out, or could be wrapped by the Sanguinary Guard. In either of those situations, I think that the Blood Angels are doing okay. But right now, I mean, the thing that they have to worry about is getting hit by the Death Killer. So they're going to eat
So it swaps.
the Orcs attacks. Yeah, they take 1 damage from the Orcs, who cares?
Do that, I gotta-
But the real thing is the Claw on the Death Killer, which is going to get stuff going on.
All right. I will kick it over to you.
So I'm gonna start that I only score hold 1.
Yeah, the thing to keep in mind as well is that the
Then
Smash Captain has Rights of War.
with the blast.
So all of these guys are going to be objective secured. So if you get 1 Sanguinary Guard to the objective, you actually just take it from the Orcs, which is pretty good. Now, obviously, that's not the case if there's these shoot-up boys here, but yeah, I mean, I think Blend Angels may be looking for some luck right here now. If they can boss a round of saves against the Death Killer War Strike charge, they can potentially just fight their way out of this combat, and then things are looking okay for them. But I do think this felt a little bit too aggressive for the Blend Angels.
The boys are falling back.
Yeah, Kidokur, that's fair. Yeah, there's almost no heavy weapons. Looking through these profiles, everything's assault. Got to get that advancing going on. I'm so used to only getting shot by shock attack guns and whatever
Do you have any?
the mech gun is called, and those are definitely heavy. All right, so we're just gonna fall back with the shooter boys. Fair enough, and just let loose with the shock jump and the Death Killer. All right, well, I'm rooting for these Blood Angels here, but I feel like we're gonna lose some Sanguinary Guard and possibly this game. Smash guns, chat. Thank you. That's what I meant.
Shock jump tracks that has 14 inches.
Now, this is one big downside of Space Marines in the in this current in the Combat Patrol metagame anyway, is that because their base options are so expensive, they don't have a lot of sort of throwaways that they can use. So they're already out, you know, probably 200 points between their 1 HQ and their 1 troops option, so they don't have a lot they can take for elites and things like that. So a lot of times what you want is to have a melee threat that you can get up the table under the cover of a pretty heavy ranged threat, and they can basically take one or the other. So that's something that you do have to build around in for Blood Angels. But we'll see how Owen
I'll pop a.
gets it done.
Sorry, are you shooting the anchors or can I?
Yeah.
Screen on those guys.
Chad, I believe that emergency breakout
So 6 up.
or desperate breakout overrides no fallback strats. Am I wrong about that? Or maybe I'm misremembering.
Oh god.
So 3 hits. Only got 3s. 0 one of them. 2 at -2.
Okay. Damage 1 or 2?
2.
2. Lose the guy.
You failed 1.
Yeah.
Okay. So the Death Killer War Strike is shooting everything into the captain. And I think I'm gonna go with the Flamer. So 6 hits, wounding on 3s. Wow. So for saves at -1.
3s. Takes 1.
1 damage, okay. Then there are 6 twin boomsticks hitting on 4s. Rerolling 1 of them.
Oh no, I'm wrong, chat. I apologize.
And 3 daka daka daka. Warning on 4s.
Desperate breakout is stopped by
No more
fallback
rerolls, so
strats.
2 at 0 AP.
I had remembered that there was an FAQ on it at some point, but I forgot what
No,
which
1
way they ruled.
damage. So, the shock jump dragster is shooting everything into the sanguinary guard. So first the zombie rocket, 2 shots on 3s, rerolling 1 of them. 1 hit, wounding on 2s at my invuln save.
Oh, sorry. It's minus.
-3 or something.
Okay, so I'll take it on the guy on the other side of the wall.
Yeah.
From that guy. No, that's not going to do it. Damage.
So 3 damage.
I wonder if the Blood Angels player is missing an Eradicator
And
unit in this
then
case.
the
Just something that can threaten these
That
these
doesn't
shooty
hit.
buggies without having to commit to melee.
So charge.
We did only lose
Fun
1
phase.
Sanguinary Guard,
Yeah, the fun phase.
And
the
2,
Death Killer Warstrike is charging into your
2
warlord.
wounds off of the
Do you
off of
want
the
to
Teeth of Terror
Overwatch?
captain.
No.
Death Killer goes into the captain.
So 4 inches.
But yeah, the Blood Angels wish they had a no fallback strat
I
there. That
don't
would have been
think
really,
I can go
really
to
clutch.
the objective. And I'm not sure if I want to.
I don't think you can afford to
No, the
charge this
shotgun
guy.
Traxxas is staying back there. He doesn't charge.
All right, let's see an Unbridled Ardor here.
And the custom booster blaster would need to go around. That would be 3 inches and another 4 inches, so 6-inch charge.
I want to see a heroic intervention from the
And I
Sanguinary Guard,
guess
please.
I'm doing that since you can't overwatch anyway.
Just measure before you roll to just confirm.
Yeah.
So yeah, 5 point plus 3 plus. So yeah, so 8. So I think it would be because you've got to
7
get
inch
your
charge.
you got to get your base around this
Ah, okay.
backside. So yeah, so it'd be 5, and then from there you're within your 3, so it'd be an 8-inch.
8-inch charge.
Now, one thing to note is that because of the timing of this particular event, we are still using
Rerolls that,
the
and he still
old
doesn't get it. Okay, so
Blood
he
Angel
stays,
stratagems
so
out of their
8 attacks from
index.
the Death Killer not 8.
Oh,
6
okay,
attacks.
hold on a second.
It would be a
So,
3 CP Unbridled Ardor, I believe.
Let me think about this real quick.
I think it's worth it, though. You just try to kill that
So
Death Killer
I'm gonna
Warstrike
go with your
immediately.
Yeah, thank you.
At the
So
stratagem.
I can spend 3 CP to intervene because this is the index rules.
Yeah.
I wish it was 1. like it.
And
like
interestingly,
it is
yeah,
now,
if it was
you guys could
the
then
supplement rules, you could
try
only do it with the
to
Sanguinary Guard, but it
punch
would be
some
1 CP.
guys.
So it's a bit of a trade-off there. In this
This
situation, you'd
guy-
much rather have the
I
1
think
CP one, but
I'm-
do it! Kill that Death Killer
I
Warstrike!
still got to attack first, right?
You do, yeah.
Okay.
And if I do that, you can attack my Sangers.
Yeah.
But I think I'm gonna let you just try to kill me. Is
All
his
right,
weapon
maybe saving
damage-
it for a fight on death.
E3.
It's D3. Okay, yeah. Go ahead and just.
All right. Well, we're just gonna take it on the
6
captain
attacks,
instead of
6 on twos.
opening up the Sanguinary Guard. We do
One
miss an
reroll.
attack with the Wartrike.
Strength 8, so wounding on 2s, I guess. So 5 wounds.
Oh boy!
4 up in 1 save.
Okay, I'll slow roll these.
Passes. Passes? Oh, no way. Passes! Chad, no! He makes all 4 of them!
Wow.
What was that?
So
Oh
let's
my
strike
god.
back.
So he's got 8 attacks.
Are you kidding me? What? All 4 no CP reroll, no need to fight on death.
On 4
That's exactly what the Blood Angels
Are
needed
you
in this
doing
game. They just needed to go face and hope they made all their invulnerable saves, and that is what they did. Oh my
Wow.
god. 6
ready to
wounds
do-
back onto the Death Killer,
Okay, so 6 up in 1.
and it's dead. Jeez.
2 each.
Oh no!
What?
Well, we could get a fight on death from the Death Killer here for a second chance to kill the Teeth of Terror captain, but that is not what the Orcs
Fight
wanted
up.
to see here. Oh no, it just makes its damage ignore?
So he's down to 2 wounds.
That's amazing.
What is this game,
I guess
chat?
that's only fair.
Yeah.
Considering my saves.
Phenomenal.
Okay, so
What just happened there?
your time.
The two combat characters on both sides just bounce
You guys
right off of
go
each other.
they're
And we have a game. This suddenly, I think, just swung massively in the Blood Angels' favor.
Okay, so I hold.
Hey, they're
two.
not out of the woods yet, but they may
So
be able to kill the
now-
Death Killer Wartrike by keeping a Teeth of Terror Captain in melee.
Primary.
They can pick off, either they charge it
In here. Can I engage?
with the, maybe they double charge the Death Killer and the Shock Jump, try
Oh,
to
I guess
get
I
both
did
of them with
I
the
did
Sanguinary
get
Guard.
engage last turn. What is it? I think it's if you're in 3,
Ridiculous.
it's 3. Is that what it is? We changed it, or is it 2?
Or
For the combat patrol, do you know if you're in 3/4? Because on the normal it's 2.
yeah, it's 3/4. You just have to be with outside of 3 inches instead of outside of 6 inches.
And is it the same amount of points? Do you remember?
I quick check. Oh yeah, right. You got engage on all fronts.
I just forgot. Yeah, I forgot to mark it.
Yeah, that's 3 victory points.
Okay, so it's a little more in combat patrol. Makes sense. All right, so command phase. Nothing
Well,
to do.
I was worried about the Blood Angels here, but man, this game just got really exciting. No, it is still going to be an interesting combat phase now. Given that the Orcs will get to swing
and
first
then,
after all the chargers, so you probably only get 1 unit charging in.
These guys.
Which means that this Death Killer still gets 1 or potentially 2 chances to kill the Space Marine Captain and or the Sanguinary Guard. So, I mean, the Death Killer could still just go ham on them. But they have a pretty good chance to take out both vehicles on this side and just be fighting these Orc boys, which is a pretty good fight for them.
So who do I want to deal with these guys?
Yeah, that is a good point as well. Leaving the home objective was pretty bad. I'm not sure why the Shock Jump came over here.
All right, so because I'm within 3, I can shoot these guys. Okay, so I think I'm actually not even going to bother moving. He will stay in combat.
I think
The
that
Sinai
would have
Guard are going to shoot your boys.
really been way
So
better
you
for the
kill
Shock
2
Jump
of them.
to stay on objective 3. That would have been 5 less points for the Blood Angels.
Yeah, right. There's
Two
the
of my guys,
one
I've-
guy on the side that's a little bit too far off.
Sorry, is it?
Oh yeah.
Sorry, what?
4 guys.
4 guys. Yeah. You killed one of my dudes.
Yeah, you needed to
these
kill
aren't
all
shields.
of these Space Marines, and
Rolling ones.
she didn't do that. So yeah,
4.
maybe expecting a little bit more damage into the Sanguinary Guard, but I don't know.
AP1.
What 2+ armor save is
6 up
pretty
in
good.
one. So do that.
6 up invulns, kind of handy. And then.
If you make them, yes.
All right. Yeah. So then we'll charge. I will. 8. I will multi-charge.
Okay, I'm gonna spend 1 CP to Overwatch.
Yep.
Yeah, I think decent use of CP
I'm
here.
over.
Because you do have that Death Skulls reroll, your
So
Overwatch
do
is a little bit more
Combi
reliable
Rocket.
than normal.
We roll one of them.
And if you can take out a Sanguinary Guard here, that's a big swing.
And,
Unfortunately not.
The other one still doesn't meet it, so
Back to me.
nothing.
Probably worth a shot on that
all right,
Overwatch, but
so
didn't
where
end
do
up
we wanna
happening.
Go here. Oh yeah, so again, both of those guys.
Yeah. 4 inches.
I love these anemic charge rolls for models that are basically already in
What
melee.
I will do is.
So I think we're going to be swinging 1 or 2 of these Sanguinary Guard into the Death Killer to try to kill it. Now I think at that point we see a fight on death from the Death Killer to swing back into the Captain to try to kill that. And then the Sanguinary Guard.
So 1 on the Death Killer and 3 on the Shock Jump.
Yeah.
And then we
we'll go
probably
with the
just
Death Killer
burn down
first.
the Shock Jump.
We're in Assault Doctrine now.
We're swinging on the Death Killer first. Now I think this is actually kind of a big mistake because
2 at AP4.
Sanguinary Guard
It's a pin one.
weapon skill 2.
Nope. 5 up, kill no pain. Nope. 6 up to explode. Nope. For 2 CP, he attacks before he dies, and
Okay.
into the Sanguinary Guard.
Are the Sanguinary Guard 2 weapon skill 2?
They're +1 to hit within 6 of the warlords.
Oh,
so
they don't reroll anymore. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So hitting on 2s,
My bad.
we roll 1 of them. 5 hits, wounding on 2s again.
They used to get full rerolls from Warlords, but now they just get +1 to hit. Good to know.
5 wounds.
So I
that
think that
takes
was actually a really
-2.
big mistake from the Blood Angels there, attacking
we'll
into the
lose
Death Killer
3.
first.
Or
You
2
can
damage, is it 2
sequence
damage
into
or-
the shock
You
jump
beat
first
them.
and try to kill
Okay, so
that
one is
before
I
he
have
gets
to slow roll them.
the Death
First
Killer
one
gets his
is
fight on death.
That
Because at this point, if he
second one
kills...
is also that,
Yeah, if he
and
kills a bunch of
last one
Sanguinary Guard, they are
is
not going to get to swing into the
also
shock
that.
jump, and he kills 3 of them.
So 3 died.
We did. I do get the fight before because all my attacks happen sequentially. So let me just.
Oh yeah,
before-
right. They happen at the same time.
Yeah, before I remove them. And then these will be 4s.
Yeah.
Oof. Let me think real quick. Do you have your 6 up on this guy as well?
Yeah. 6 up in 1 save.
Does he have the ramshackle rule? Or
Nope, he doesn't.
No.
That's just a truck.
I am gonna, as silly as it is, I'm gonna spend a command point. Okay. So 4,
So
6 up.
6 up.
Damn it.
Yes. He stays for another round. So he gets 4 attacks. You can switch to time back, by the way.
Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna pull. Now that you've killed the guys, I'm gonna go ahead.
Oh yeah, right. You can just.
Yeah,
But I can still pile in if I want to.
That's true, and actually. I will actually leave a guy there because you're gonna. Whether you kill him or not is.
So 4 attacks, hitting on 4s, I think. No, it's not my turn yet.
Oh,
yeah.
you're just attacking
Oh,
back,
no.
right?
4 up. So rerolling one of them.
And it's minus. Yeah,
He
minus 1 hit.
hits, wounding
Is he
on
is he
3.
hitting on 4s normally?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
so
right. That it
He'd
would
be hitting
just
on
be
5, so
five.
it's just 1 less. So just reroll
Yeah.
your wounds if you want.
Well, yeah, then I just don't get the reroll. So
Okay. Just 1.
that was the wound roll, yeah.
Okay.
At -1, so that's safe.
All right.
So
Cool.
my turn. And
Whoa,
I
what a
don't
game.
have any primary anymore.
And
So
let's see, kills vehicle.
Yeah, no primary for the Orcs, so we're getting to the point that
I don't know if I killed
the
two.
aggression of the Blood Angels
yeah, you
player
killed
may have
2
just
goods, so
forced
1 for
Isabel
ignorance.
from
So
being
my
able to follow up. We're
So
actually doing fine on time,
Mr.
to be honest.
Blaster
Both players are at
is-
10 minutes. They're allotted 30 at the start of the game, so they should be expecting to spend about 5 to 6 minutes each round, and we have 2 rounds left for each player and 10 minutes left. So
10
they're
minutes
actually
for each
perfectly
of
on
us.
track.
Ah, okay.
And as the game, obviously, as these combat patrol games go on, you very quickly lose models. So Isabel, obviously, that's just down to 3 units and a grand total of 10 models, and the Blood Angels in a similar situation. So the time should not be a factor in
coming
this one.
into the deployment zone, that would be a 3-inch charge. And he sees your dudes now.
Yeah, even if
Then
the
short jump dragster is gonna
even if
stay.
the captain could fight twice, he has to be
Orks
an
are
eligible
going
target for the fight
first
twice, and he has
one.
no models in melee range, so he's not eligible to be picked with a stratagem like that. But the Space Marines don't have any
one with
outside of
the
assault
cluster.
intercessors now.
So he definitely has to be within range. And the other are following. So that I have at least 2 of my guys in the zone. So I hold it because I have more. So that's my movement phase. So shooting. The shock jump dragster is shooting into your sanguinary guard. 2 shots with the custom shock rifle. 3 up. 2 hits. Wounding on 2s. Reroll 1 of them.
Ah, this shock jump
2
drags
wounds
the.
on your inventory.
Oh, just burns that dude to
That's
death.
6 damage.
Jeez. Okay.
Then we have 1
GG,
where is it?
Sanguinary Guard.
Tank Buster Bomb. One
Talos Gnome, did I see Grumman's Nid's tier list? I don't know who
heavy
Grumman is,
shooter,
so I
and
did not see
for
what their tier list.
5 armor. So first Tank Buster Grenade. D3 shots, 3 shots. Hitting on 5s. Rerolling one of them. 2 Daka Daka Daka.
Yeah, the Orks definitely need to charge here, I agree.
So 5 hits. Pretty impressive for the 3 shots. Strength 8, so 5 wounds. Are your 4 up in one save?
Let's see if I can get lucky again. Of course
Nope.
not. Let's see. I
Six.
will.
Damage
wait.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. How do you want to do that? Because I'm gonna spend the one.
Yeah, you can reroll that.
Yeah. Okay.
So
So
first
that was
one
the
passed.
first one. So it
Yeah.
was 5, right? Total.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah. So that was the first one. So second one.
And I'm gonna switch back to your
Okay.
time. So
And then you can
first one
potentially
is
kill me.
through. For
One.
rerolling that one for 3
Oh!
damage. Yep.
The captain dies to grenades. Uh-oh.
So the custom shot.
That might be
Booster
it,
Blaster
chat.
is spending 1 CP.
Oh my
to
god, what a
upgrade
fight that
his,
was.
his
Ridiculous.
flamethrower, and so 10 hits into your tank, and the other first into the incursor. The rivet cannon. So 6 shots hitting on 5s. You roll one of them. 2 Daka Daka Daka.
Those
Now
Daka
I'm
Daka
rolling.
Daka. Those Daka Daka Daka.
Oh my
man.
god.
Yep.
It's like salt in the wound
Yep.
after killing that captain.
So 5 wounds at -2.
Jeez.
Whoa.
Oh, what? The
Nice.
impulsor survives. Oh no, this is at the incursors. Just kidding. I thought that was the impulsor. All right. Well, this does look like,
We have the 10
without
from
the captain there, this does look like it may be curtains for the
flamethrower
Blood
hitting,
Angels. I think that shooting phase was
1.5,
just too
so
good for
7
the
at -1.
for
4 up.
the Orks.
No.
The Blood Angels
Or
really needed
5
to be able to
go
kill
through.
out that
That's
shock jump dragsta last turn, and yeah, everything goes down now. So just down to the incursors, and I think
So,
that's going to be
guess
basically
that's
the end of the
start.
game. We're going to be scoring 5 points for the Blood Angels, but they could potentially just be angling to
primary.
get
Oh, and I got
to pull ahead
assassin,
on
so 93
points.
points for this. And one
Man,
more in the ranks.
That Sanguinary Guard not killing this guy. Ugh.
Yeah, yeah, that was huge.
That was huge because then he killed that Sanguinary Guard. Then
Yeah.
these guys were able to deal with him.
I think we
Yeah,
should be
cool.
at 8 on
That was
thing.
quite a little combat over there.
Yeah,
All right. So.
but still you're quite far ahead at the points.
Well, we'll see if it's enough.
If it's enough, yeah.
So, the most I could do, I could get a point or 2 by shooting some guys, I suppose. Or I
Oh,
could
yeah, right, I
potentially,
kill way more from you.
I could potentially charge them, but, well, then I would hold 1 and you would only hold 1. That might actually be the better. Let me see. Go
Yeah,
6.
so we're just going to be trying to play 4
Total
points
distance
here
is
now.
14, so
This may come down to it, chat. This is exciting.
So a
the-
7-inch charge, I guess. If I don't,
Yeah, I don't know why we're angling for the
Overwatch, yeah.
for objective 1.
but you
Just
still
pull
need
off,
to
just
fight
touch
in.
the boosted blast on objective 4,
Yeah, to get onto the.
and that would
I
leave
do get +1 to charge.
Isabel with
so
just
that's
5
good.
points.
Um,
I mean, she has to make a
Yes.
26-point deficit.
7-inch charge.
We can expect 2.2 turns of line breaker, which I think is 4. Where are we at for line breaker? Yeah, 4 victory points, so she can
bet
potentially get
bet
8
the
off
farm
line
on
breaker
that, or
and another 3 off in their ranks, so 11, and then she has to make up the other 15 on
yeah,
primaries.
It's more fun.
I think it's still doable.
What are we at here?
So if we move up the
because if I
table
just
with
stay
the
here,
incursors,
yeah,
shoot
it's
into
gonna
the
be
boys
okay.
and kill a couple of them for thin their ranks points, and then
So,
charge
yeah,
and take
so
off
we'll
this
just,
objective. Oh, I guess we're just gonna go for the boys there.
6 inches.
Okay. and I'm not going to shoot anything.
Yeah, Chad, I think that might have been the right call.
Um,
Yeah, just swing all of the Sanguinary Guard into the Dragster to kill it,
7. Do you
and
want- you
then
want Overwatch
get the
here?
fight on death to the captain.
Probably. I mean, what else am I gonna use my?
Yeah, it's sort of magical Christmas land to
So
expect the
he
Sanguinary
doesn't
Guard
see
to kill
anything,
all
but the other can see.
to kill both vehicles in one go, and then also
So-
survive the fight on death from the Dragster.
Yeah.
So I think I agree with you, Chad.
My last TP. So first, the not fancy. So big shooter. Reroll one of
Yeah,
them.
this charge will be a big deal if
Nothing.
they make it, if the Blood Angels make it.
And
I
then
agree.
we have
This
8,
feels
7,
like a long shot, though,
6,
but
so
maybe that's what they
5
need.
Shots.
What a sick game this has been, chat. Oh my god.
No.
Okay. All right, and your
So
boys.
7-inch charge.
Get in
Oh,
there.
makes it with a 9. We're in business, chat.
Cool. So that is a 10.
Alrighty. Here they come. So they just need to kill... They need to kill all but 2 of these Orc boys. Is that right? No. Yes. All but 2 of these Orc boys.
All right.
Hiding in.
Oh, no. Make the 3 inches pile in. What are we doing? Why is it so small?
Okay, I'm gonna.
I think we needed to go... You could probably get a pile into here and then
all right,
consolidate
and
to
then
touch
I'm
the
gonna
objective.
pop
At this
the
point, if
Gene
they...
Rock strat just because
If they flub right now,
the 6 is to
it
hit
could be bad.
automatically wound.
All right, we're gonna
So let's see,
Gene
so
Rot
3
Might from these guys.
And
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 then-
attacks, I guess.
4 attacks each, so that's 12.
Ah, you get extra attacks. Okay.
Yeah, and then 13.
Yep.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be brutal. Blood Angels and Assault Doctrine get ridiculous for sure.
3s, I guess.
Look at
Okay,
that!
so these 2 are automatically wounds.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Brutal.
so this mini AP2.
Casual 10. Here we go. It could just do it. It frickin' does.
2, 4, 6, 8, 9. That's all of them.
Oh my god. Does that exactly kill them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Alright.
6, 7, 8,
So
9. It
still in
does.
here.
Are you kidding me, chat? What is this game?
That's it. So
Yeah, just do that, I guess. Get a billion
that'll
points on
be,
Finn and take the
kill-
objective away from
basically I
the...
killed 10 guys, right? So I get 5
Yeah.
for this.
So 5 for this.
Oh my god.
And I'll pass it over.
And we're up to a 30-point lead by
So,
the Blood Angels. Is
one
this
for
surmountable for
primary.
the Orcs? What a swing that was! Holy crap! Blood Angels
Can see through it.
swing for the fences and
Good.
connect. Holy crap.
And Shock Jump Dragster is moving so that he can see around the wall.
And I'm just gonna tell you right now, I'm just gonna bet the farm here and transhuman
Okay.
and -1.
And what was the other?
Dropping the smoke
Transhuman
screen.
as well, yeah.
And the
So
transhuman.
I need force to wound.
Yes, yeah. Just in the shooting phase, yeah.
Yeah, we're just gonna
So
hope here. Oh my
first
god.
with the shock jump, 2 shots with the
I would
rocket
be
launcher and not the rocket.
Having a
Awesome
heart attack
shock
right now if I
rifle.
was Owen. Oh, 2 misses
-1
from the
hit,
shock
so
rifle.
I need force. So 1 hit. Wounding on force, I guess. 1 at 6 up.
Nope.
Nope.
Kill the
That's
guy.
enough to kill it. Then the other one is 5 up.
Yeah, chat, the Orcs have
With
not had a chance to
Dakka.
score line breaker. They will this coming turn, because this
Wounding
Boost of
on
Blaster will
force
just run right into this objective, but
at -2.
they're
3
not going to get
damage.
the full 2 turns of it, I don't think. All
And
right.
then the rivet cannon is
We're getting
6
there.
shots
Can the Rivet Cannon
on
do it?
6s.
Maybe.
We roll 1 of them. And 1 Dakka. Wounding on force. Reroll that one.
Oh, it fails to wound! Amazing.
So I guess that's the sergeant. So I fuck, I can't charge through that side.
Oh my god.
guess two more fourth in their rank.
I don't believe it, chat. I think that's gonna be Blood Angels taking it out.
Yeah,
We score
so
5
your turn.
Yeah,
for
we'll
primary
score
for the
one.
Blood Angels.
And
Maybe this guy kills this shock jump for the extra rubbins, the extra 5 points on Bring It
I'm gonna
Down.
charge you vengeance.
Shoot it with your gun too. Don't forget
Overwatch.
you have a gun. We're gonna Overwatch. Please
Custom
kill
shock
him.
rifle.
Oh, actually, before I charge you, let me just do some math here real quick. Sorry. Because if I do die, then you'll get a 15, and if I don't die, then you'll only get a 5. 45. That's 55.
Yeah, I
and
think you still win by the
it's
points.
still pretty close. What do you get for your line breaker if you move into my zone with your
4.
4? Yeah, so it'll be.
Do you even risk the
It'll be
charge,
close.
chat? Because this guy's, I mean, he's swinging 5
So, yeah,
attacks
so let's,
with +1 to
let's see if
wound.
this
I think
guy
he just
can,
kills you on the swing back
I would not do this
if you flub it.
if it was
And in this
close.
way, at least you get the Overwatch attack
It is
at
pretty
him.
close. It is pretty close, but
Yeah.
So see if you can kill me in Overwatch.
No, he doesn't hit.
Flubs the
No,
Overwatch.
okay,
Oh well.
and distance 5 6 inches. Alright.
Do it.
Alright, let's
Do
see
it.
if he can
Oh my god.
revenge his captain.
I'm a little upset this guy forgot he has a gun.
Wait,
Just shoot your bolt gun, dude.
3, no, that's
Throw a
fine.
crack grenade. You get a crack grenade. No, alright.
I'll do the. Oh yeah. All right, I got 1 wound.
In one save.
Oh, well.
So he's down to 1 wound.
Doesn't kill it.
And he strikes back with 4 attacks on 4s. Reroll 1 of them. Wounding on 3s.
Oh, what a flub. What is this fight?
So 2 with -1.
I'll CP that.
So
CP rerolls to survive, take 0 damage on the
That
incurser.
doesn't
Sergeant. Amazing.
All right, well,
Whatever.
good game, man, or good game, my friend.
yeah, I still can try to get those last few points maybe.
Yeah, you'll be.
I guess.
You get your line breaker.
What
get
is
the
this
rest of
game?
your
Amazing.
Beginning of my rank.
Amazing.
We'll have to see for that.
Where are you based?
Hmm?
Where's your home?
Switzerland.
Oh, cool. I've been to Stockholm. That's the only place in Switzerland I've been. I mean, Switzerland. Sorry, that's
so
Sweden.
2 wounds.
Yeah,
6 up.
I've been
6
to
up
Switzerland
safe.
as well. 2 wounds?
Yeah, 6 up safe.
No, and no, he's gone.
4, 3, and
R.I.P. Incurser Sergeant. You gave your life valiantly for
damage.
the Emperor
Goodbye.
by scoring 1 billion points.
yeah.
Oh
So
my god.
One of my good
yeah, lost
friends is
too much area at the start of the game.
Oh,
I think.
man.
I mean, I think you. I like your list a lot. I think you played it
Incredible.
pretty well. I guess the only thing I would say is that by bringing the truck over here, I wanted to go this way anyway because of the engage. And if you had,
Oh yeah, right. You wouldn't have.
you know what I mean, I wouldn't have gotten
Yeah.
engage if I'd gone over there. But I don't know that would have.
Yeah, but if
gave me
you
the
just
primary,
had
right?
state, then yeah, good
What a fight that
question.
was,
It
chat.
would
That
have
was
just been
incredible.
a draw or something.
I'm so
or-
glad
Yeah,
we
it
got
would
to
have been
stream this
hard to
game.
tell, right? Because he would have gone over here.
Yeah, I should have stayed back because I could have just pinged down your thing here.
Yeah, and then you'd be.
Yeah.
Then the primary would have been a lot more even. But by giving me the
Yeah.
charge over there, and I mean, granted, if I hadn't made a big charge, I might not have been able to block off this
Yeah.
objective, and you might have been able to disembark onto the objective and
Yeah.
and then take that from me in that one turn where I got the hold more or whatever. But
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it's great.
still.
great game.
Good
list.
game.
It's fun to play Orks.
Yeah, awesome game, you two.
With the chess clock, it's a little bit with all the rerolls and just daka and everything. It's so much rolls with so few output.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting a lot of mileage out of the trait, the clan or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive, actually. the amount of shooting you have. So cool. But all right, well, I guess that's on to the next one. Sorry about the confusion this morning. I totally, I think I was getting like 20 different messages, and so I double scheduled my.
Yeah. Anyway, phenomenal game between these players. They this is I think a real showcase of how exciting the combat patrol format can be. I'm really glad that we got to stream this game. If anybody has any questions for the players, go ahead and put them in the chat. We'll try to get a have a little Q&A with them. But that was super fun.
Yeah, right. I completely forgot that I can deep strike my.
Oh yeah.
Next combat patrol pod will launch as soon as we hit enough people in the sign up.
That was stupid.
The sign up chat. So anybody who wants to join combat patrol,
yeah, I never used the shotgun thing because I'm 9 inches away.
Then join the Discord. Post them up in the channel. This is I think the most fun format in 40K right now. I mean, I think my thoughts on the GT format are pretty are known. I don't think it's particularly competitive, but I do think that Combat Patrol is on the flip side. The fact that it's very quick also gives you interesting options. You can play sort of in larger events, not just these little 8-man pods, but in larger events you can do, best of 3 games, or you can overpair games. So by Swiss, you can have, X and 1s get to the finals, for example. So it's a little bit less random in that case, and even so, a little bit less dicey than GT as well. So highly recommend Combat Patrol. Also, almost every faction has at least one competitive and viable list in Combat Patrol. If you watch almost any of the games that I stream, a lot of them are very close and very competitive, and versus all sorts of stuff. I mean, I think, like we said, Orks are really good. I think Tyranids are very good in my opinion. Grey Knights are very good. These factions that you'd never see in GT are incredibly powerful.
One side gets pretty thin at like turn 2 or 3, so usually one side has much more primaries. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, like that's kind of the going. If you go second in prime, I like to go second almost every game because it just gives me something to jump out and punch.
Yeah. On the other hand, if you go first, you have the opportunity to get the board control.
Right, but I sort of feel like my list at least board control. It just means exposing like expensive units. So I'd rather get my board control through charging rather than just moving or
still mostly.
Yeah, Longship Loft. I think some people were experimenting with them. I don't know how far they got with crew lists. But to me, I think one of the most fun things about the format is that the meta is still sort of untapped. So there's all sorts of bizarre combos that are really powerful that people I certainly have not considered yet.
But if you were over here, and a lot of people
you could try,
they do it wrong. They move up and then they stand like on the front edge of the objective.
I should have stayed back and then.
Yeah, like if your truck was back here, I wouldn't have gone for it. I probably would have just stood there.
That wouldn't have been very Orc-like, so.
Fair enough. Same reason my incursor charged your shock jump drag step. That wouldn't.
But
Shining
if you
Sears,
already won, then there's no point in.
They seem pretty strong for
not doing the
Eldari.
fun stuff.
And Driel is one of the most
thank you very much for the game.
prolific Eldari players in T5S2, and he is playing in the CPCS Invitational that we're going to be streaming next week.
Yeah, you too.
The top 8 from that you are also in. So the top 8 from from the event left me. We didn't get a chance to talk to them. All right, well there you go. Oh well, but we can talk with you guys, so that's okay. The tallest gnome. What makes a competitive CPCS list or a competitive combat patrol list? Generally, I mean, so we have a couple special rules in place for building lists. For the most part, outside of a couple specific factions, you have to build it out of a single patrol detachment. You can have no units over 229 points, and you can't duplicate any units besides troops. Generally, what you want is to have sort of a central a sort of a driving force of your list that you can put up the table and really threaten your opponent with. So, for example, in this Orc list, it's this Death Killer Wartrike. It's a very fast model. It does a lot of damage. It's relatively resilient, and it's something that Isabel can use to very much threaten your opponent to move up. And then a lot of times, in addition, you'll want something that can sort of problem solve and peck at your opponent as they move up the table to engage your big thing. So that's what Isabel has from these boosted blastas. And the Blood Angels have, to a lesser extent, in this Impulsor. Those are, and then in addition, usually you'll need a couple of objective holders. You are required in a patrol detachment to take 1 troops option. And so that's usually what they're for. But a lot of armies can do a lot of work by just sort of spamming MSU stuff, especially if they're very maneuverable, and they can play out the primary objective. Especially against low model count lists, that becomes very good, because in Combat Patrol, a lot of times, once you're committed to a course of action, you can't really correct. So if for example, Isabel had commandos or something that could deep strike onto this objective, once the Impulsor was taken out, like wherever the Sanguinary Guard go, they're committed, and Isabel can hold the rest of the primary objectives. That happens very often. So if you can do that as well, then that's good. But for the most part, you sort of need to be able to fight your opponent as the number 1 win condition, I guess. If you can beat them in the attrition battle, then a lot of times you can beat them out in the score. Obviously, that didn't quite happen here. The Blood Angels are very much getting kicked in the attrition game, but they were able to close out the score. Sonic, I'm curious to try the Race Guard list. Wasn't there where they moved the race here from HQ? Yeah. I had a local player who was playing that list in Combat Patrol in my area, and unfortunately, I think while it's very resilient, it was unfortunately I don't think it was quite resilient enough for Combat Patrol. Although that race here is a big deal, or at least was while she was still a character. But there were Wraith Blades originally, I think, sort of as the mainstay, and they're just a little bit too slow. They ended up just getting sort of pummeled by shooting before they got in anywhere. Early primary seems like the key. Not always. It really depends on the matchup. In this game, it obviously was a really big deal for the Blood Angels, but sometimes if you can give up a lot of primary points early if you're able to kill your opponent very quickly, and if you can do that, then you can win. You can win big. Generally, the lists that I'm playing in Combat Patrol right now are very kill focused. But that's not, I mean, I don't win every game. I just lost to very sort of MSU Orks, so clearly that's a little bit of a weakness. Nurglings and Poxwalkers could be fun. I think maybe one thing that people are very ready to fight sort of single punchy units. And so having, so they're probably going to be able to kill Nurglings. That said, the Demon Prince itself is probably pretty good. Although we'll have to see what the Death Guard Codex brings, right? Because that's just a couple weeks away. And that will probably totally change how that archetype moves. Devastator's in a pod in a Deep Strike style. Yeah, so that is pretty good. Screening is very difficult in Combat Patrol. The board is smaller, but you don't have any like extra dudes to screen with. So I think that does have some... Some people have been doing well with it, I believe, and there is it's definitely not terrible. There are a lot of Space Marine armies that very much rely on going first, and that seems like it could be one of them. Or maybe going second. Maybe you want your opponent to leave their home base before you drop the pod, but those ones are usually a little bit less reliable. So usually the more well-rounded Space Marine lists do well. But like Raven Guard, I think when we first started, Raven Guard were very popular because they can just sort of try to alpha strike you and immediately kill you. And if they go second, they just lose. And if they go first, they sometimes win. Like sometimes your opponent just weathers it and then kills you. Turns out like 300 points of Raven Guard does not always kill 500 points of your opponent's army, and you're just delivering your army to them to die. I think a really good unit for Space Marines that a lot of people overlook are just Servitors. A lot of times, like, if you have a tactical squad, for example, in this map specifically, if you have a tactical squad that deploys, like, here, behind this cover, and you have other threats that are making, or at least maybe they deploy out of line of sight, and then they advance there, on turn 2, they can make it to this objective the next turn, and usually once on turn 2 when you're fighting, your opponent has other stuff to do than to kill your tacticals in the back of the board, because a lot of times if they do that, they're not killing, you know, your stuff that's killing them. And then if you have a unit of servitors back here just holding this objective, they can hold that basically indefinitely. And you can have those 2 objectives for very few points, for like 100 and whatever it is, 120 points. So having cheap objective holders are a big deal for sure. I really like servitors for that. I mean, also in GT, but also just for regular Space Marines. And if you're playing, if you're lucky enough to play Space Wolves, you get Cyber Wolves, which are phenomenal. People are overselling how useful it is to dive into a pod and hide from shooting. If you're spending a short game hiding from shooting, then you've got a chunk of your list not capping objectives, etc. Well, they only need it for 1 turn. I think the biggest downside of the drop pods is a lot of times you'll drop in the drop pod, you know, if this was a drop pod, right? And you will also drop in your models next to it. And then so a lot of times what people will do if they're relatively long range melee, they're going to come in, hit your Devastators and kill them, and then engage the pod and kill it on your turn, and then keep going. So they only need 1 turn of being immune to shooting, and that is, a lot of times is what will do it. Unless, of course, they can't kill a drop pod in melee, which some armies, like some combat units, rely on charging, and they can't do that. But it is potentially a liability. But it's definitely not like they're gonna be immune to shooting the entire game. It's just gonna be 1 important turn. And then obviously you have control over where your Devastators drop. So if you have a good shot, you know, in the back line or something like that, then you can potentially be using that. But I think with that, I'm probably gonna go ahead and close out this stream. I want to thank everybody for watching. Just a quick reminder, we do have subscriptions open, which I think makes the stream ad-free, which is pretty cool. So anybody who wants to do that can do it. That would be sweet. I will be live basically every day for like the next bunch of days. I'm going to be live tomorrow evening playing Tyranids against some Tau, which is going to be very exciting. I've never played against Tau in 9th edition so far, so I'm going to fall over my face and die. So if you want to watch that, that's going to be at, I want to say it's 8 p.m. Eastern time. It's in the stream schedule. Yeah, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow night. I will be live. Very exciting. On Saturday, I'm going to be live with the T5S2 finals and a Combat Patrol game. I have those both scheduled for Saturday. And then Sunday, I have another CPCS finals. So, super exciting weekend of streaming. And, yeah. So, come hang out. As always, you can check the schedules for that in the stream schedule channel over on the Discord. The stream schedule, channel. Over on the Discord server. I post all of the streams upcoming over there. And also, there's going to be some more datasheet deep dives coming out for the YouTube channel. So, very exciting stuff happening. Thanks, everybody, again for watching. Hope everyone enjoyed this game. Keep it classy, folks. Happy wargaming, all that stuff. Cheers. Bye.